everybody. Hello. We are live. So I'm going to play my little, my intro, my new intro. Welcome. I'm Paramount USA and you're at Lindy's Treehouse. And it is almost 4th of July. Tomorrow. Yes. I know I'm live on my laptop, but I'm not live on my phone yet. So you guys got to give me a minute. Okay, here we are. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm going to go ahead and play the my little Lindy's Treehouse thing. Let's see if I can do it. Okay. Remember last week I had to learn how to run my intro. So everybody that's listening, welcome. Come on in. I'm Paramount USA, and you're at Lindy's Treehouse. And I just want to welcome all my friends for our Star-Spangled 4th of July celebration. Get ready for a night of fun. Let's talk superpowers, fun facts, food, and fireworks. Throw in some trivia, too. And whether you're grilling or chilling, join in the chat for great conversation. So glad you're here tonight. How do you like that? Well, of course, you got to have notes. I mean, look at even people that on the Academy Awards, when they do their speech, they have notes, right? So welcome. I can't believe tomorrow is the 4th of July already. I'm pretty excited. I've got my cape on because we're going to continue from last week. And we're going to do superpowers, and we're just going to talk about fun facts and food and trivia stuff, and then we'll do maybe do a like the contest, like we do the word contest and everything, and it'll be super fun. So I'm going to try and play this, play my intro, and get everybody on here. I'm super excited to have y'all here tonight. And my chatters, listeners, and watchers and all that, don't be shy. Jump on in Lindy's Treehouse, climb up your favorite tree branch, and come on up. We're all just kind of hanging out tonight. We'll probably do a show like an hour because I know you're all going to want to watch fireworks tonight. I'm not going to watch fireworks, but I'm sure going to hear them. Molly will probably be hiding under the coffee table. I'm sure she is. So let's try and play this, all right? Let's see how we do this. Bill H is in the house. Hi, Bill. I'm so glad you're here tonight with me. And I'm just, my chatters will be in. It's all good. I'm excited. About tonight. So let's see if I can get this playing, all right? Here we go. The media. And then I got to go down to, where are they right there? Where is it? This one. Show.
Under the stars where the whispers play. At Lindy's Treehouse we light up the good gray. Trivia to fly and we're taking the flight. Late night chatter till the morning light. Lindy's Treehouse where the stories grow.
That was sweet. All right. I think we got to get that off of there. Hey, we're back. I love this. Now I got to get out of this media thing here. Let's see. I got to hit that. Uh-oh. What did I do? I'm always hitting something. Well, you guys can see me. I just got to get back in the comments. I have to show the comments. There we go. What'd you think? I did it. I'm so proud of myself. It played just beautifully, didn't it, Bill? I'm so excited. I hope you all like the the video. I thought that would get people's attention when they listen to it. So I can play it again later just to practice, right? Yeah, all cool. All cool, all cool. Hey, Kramer, what's going on? How are you? Hey, did you catch my intro video that I just played? Did you see it? So cool. Hey, Will Fly. What's up? Hey, Will Fly, I just played the intro. Did you see it? I'm so proud of myself. And Kramer's in the house, and Bill H is in the house. I'm like really excited. Bill said if you play that first, you can ready for the show. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I thought I had to be live to play it first, right? Will, do I have to be like live first before I play it, or I play it before I go live? That's why I was kind of confused. So, but it did. Yeah, it played really nice. I love it. I love it. I love it. So yes, I can play it before I go live. You have to be live. Okay, then I did it right. Okay. So I get in the studio and then bing, go down to the media and just hit open or play or whatever. And there you go. Scooby-Doo, I did it. I did it. I played the intro video. Did you see it? I'm so proud of myself. I'm so excited tonight. We got Scuba in the house and Gypsy Kramer, my lovely. She's in the house tonight. I'm watching the chat on my phone. And yeah, I did the intro. I did, Scooby-Doo. Yeah, I did. Bill was in here waiting, and I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and play the intro now and see what happens. And I did it. Oh, I can play it again if you want. Y'all want to hear the intro again? I can play it again. I know how to do it. Yeah, it was easy. That was really easy. Yeah, I should have done. Yeah, now I know how to, I know how to do it. As soon as I go live, then I can jump in the media and play it right away. So, yeah, I'm wearing my superpower because we're talking superpowers tonight. So I'm wearing my superpower cape. And, oh, Scuba says, it's okay. I don't want to mess you up. Bill says, play it again. All right, here we go. I'm going to play it again. I got to practice. All right. And I got to go right here. Hit that.
Under the stars where the whispers play. At Lindy's treehouse we light up the good gray. Trivia to flying, we're taking the flight. Late night chatter till the morning light. Lindy's treehouse where the stories grow. Laughter's the rule, that's all you need to know. Food and life and a trivia spree. Every night a new adventure in the tree.
Yeah. There we go. Let's get out of that. Then I got to go to comments. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. So we did that for y'all. If you missed it, thank you so much, Will Fly, for the video, for the intro video. I got to thank Scooby-Doo for all his patience last week with me. I watched. Will Fly says we've created a monster. Yeah. Pretty much. I just love that video, though. I just love that video. I was so scared I was going to mess it up tonight, and it's really not hard. And so I can almost add my flying video in there too. Some of one of my flying videos, anyway. So thank you so much, everybody. And welcome. It's the 4th of July almost, right? Tomorrow? What the heck? Yeah, we're going to do a little trivia and everything. So somebody's going to win socks or koozies tonight or stickers. So we're going to do, at the end of the night, I pick one word and then you have to guess the word that's the word of the night. That's the easiest way. Because I don't have the fancy spinny wheel or anything. But welcome chatters, welcome listeners. I'm Paramount USA and you're at Lindy's Treehouse every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yes, last week was cray. I watched my video, I watched my show from last week, and I was just like, oh my gosh. I was just like, poor Scooby. You were so patient with me. I'm looking at it going, oh my God, who is this girl? Who is she? I was getting impatient with myself just watching it, Too funny. Too funny. But before we get into everything, I have to do few shout outs here and there, and then we're going to talk about what you're cooking for 4th of July. And I'll have everybody wait for more people to get in the chat. And we're going to talk superpowers. So we're going to find out what your superpower is. And let's see, it's a year since I started my live stream. And I couldn't have done it without y'all. I could not have done all this without you all. I'm reading the chat and I see y'all on my phone because I have my little phone stand here, I love it. I love my little phone stand. So I can watch the chat on my laptop and I can watch it on my phone and follow everything that's going on, right? Yeah. So it's been quite a year with shows, right? And so I want to give a shout out to Gypsy. Gypsy was my first guest. So I got to give a shout out to Gypsy Kramer. I love you, girl. I miss you. She was, if you're not familiar with Gypsy, she was my very first guest, and she on my show last year. And then she was my very first guest. And then she was my co-host for a while. And we had so much fun. It was so much fun, Gypsy. I miss you bunches. I really do. I'm just so glad that everybody's here tonight, all my chatters. And I appreciate all your support this whole year. It means so much to me because, like I said, I do it for you guys and gals, and I do it for me too. But, it takes a village. And I got my village right here. So I always know if I have anything, I need help with something, y'all are there. But I have the list here of all my past guests because I acknowledge everybody. Will Flies, I thought Scuba was your new permanent co-host. I don't know. He's got his show on Friday night, so Scuba Vapes, and he's got a lot on his plate. So it would be nice, but I don't think he wants to do it 2 nights in a row. Well, no, that would be like 3 nights, right? Because he was on No Filter the other night. So with Shane. So I think that'd be a little bit much for him. Yeah, that'd be a little much. But see, if Will Fly was on, Will Fly said Friday night, I'll have to check that out. It's pretty cool, Will Fly. Yeah. See, Will Fly, you could be my co-host, and then you could, on your end, we could have a spinny wheel, and you could just be on there. You wouldn't really have to do anything. You'd just be on there with the spinny wheel, do the spinny wheel for me, and that's it. That'd be really cool. Because I don't think I can't add that on there because I'm not on the paid version or whatever. But I think you could do it, on your end or whatever. You could do the spinny wheel. I just bring you in the studio like you do at Shaney's. I call it Shaney's show on Tuesday night. So anyway, I have to give a shout out to my Gypsy. And it says, I wish I had to sign an NDA for the Tuesday night hangout show. Yeah. What's an NDA? Wish I could. I had to sign NDA for the Tuesday night hangout show. John Wayne is flying right now. Okay, thanks, Bill, for the heads up. So Cowboy's flying right now. He'll be around. I'm sure he will. But yeah, I have a whole list of guests that I had on my show all year, and it really started off with, I think my show started off really good. I had Linda, and then I had Gypsy Kramer, and then Michelle Aldridge. You remember Michelle from Mississippi? She was my guest. Michelle Aldridge, and her nickname was Thumper, and then we had Danny Williamson. Remember Danny? We all know Danny. He's so cool. Hi, Danny, if you're out there. Then we had Barry Shepard, my favorite bull rider, my senior bull rider friend. Remember Barry Shepard? That was a fun show. And then we had the Sean Natsker. We had Sean on the show, the Kiting King, I call him. That was fun. And then we had the lovely Wendy Weaver. Remember she was on the show last year? That was cool. She's having a blast flying. I'm so glad she's back up in the air again. I love you, Wendy. If you're listening or you listen to the show later, I'm giving you a shout out. She was on my show. And then we have Rachel Williamson Blocker. Y'all remember her? She was the personal trainer. She was on my show last year. She was a guest on my show. Lovely lady. Lovely lady. I love you, Rachel. And then we had Greg Laney. Yeah, we all know Greg Laney. And I got him on the show to help promote his book. Will Fly said, sorry, I meant NCA, non-compete agreement. Okay, Will. Okay. I totally understand. I know. It's okay. It's okay. I don't want to stir the pot, Danny, what's up? What's up, Danny? Welcome. Yeah, come on in. We're celebrating my, my 57th show. But, I started my live stream a year ago. So we're kind of celebrating that, And believe me, it takes superpowers to do a live stream. A lot of superpowers, a lot of brain power, which I learned last week. A lot of brain power. Everybody say hi to Danny. Danny's awesome. Yeah, Danny was a guest on my show. Thank you, Danny. You're the best. Danny has all those cool cars, and he's been flying a lot lately. And I don't know, maybe in the future, Danny, we'll get you back on the show again. Be a guest if you want. You can talk about all your adventures. Maybe you can, after summertime. When the weather's kind of yuck, I'll have you back on the show, Danny, after summer, and you can talk about all your summer adventures and all your flying adventures and stuff. Love to have you back, Danny. So just let me know, okay? We'll wait till later because I know everybody's flying now because the weather's so nice, but, come later or whatever, you'll have time to do it in the wintertime. So Danny said he got a brand new SkyMax Pulsar. Woo-hoo! Yeah. You're going to have to talk about that. That's cool, Danny. And Danny said, yeah, let's do that. I would love to be back on your show. Okay, cool. Just let me know. Just let me know whenever. You don't have to wait till the end of summer. It's whenever you got something you want to talk about or whatever. I'll have you get on the show. Because tonight we're talking about superpowers. Because last week I had to get my little my intro all loaded and everything. So this is kind of layover from last week. Superpowers. We're all superheroes, right? From them as a sponsorship. That is cool. Good. Congratulations, Danny. So then I'm going down back to the list of all my guests. We had Greg Laney. I helped him promote his book. It was really cool to have him on the show. Greg Laney's the best. Then we have Stephen Minty. We know Hot Buttered Steve. And he was talking about all his video stuff. And that was pretty cool. And then we had the awesomest Anthony Vella. And hi, Anthony, if you're listening. It was so fun to have you on the show. And I hope you're doing well, you and the family and all that. Then we had Scott Savage. We all know Scotty, Mr. French Fry. He was my guest. He was my guest last year. And then we had Joe Adele from Indiana. And I met Joe at the Torchport fly-in, not this past year, the year before. And then Millie Wallace, paragliding pixie. She was a guest on my show. And then we had, of course, we had Scooby-Doo, Scuba Steve on my show. Yes, he was a guest. And he frequently, lately, if I need help, he's always there. He jumps in to help. Danny said, you had Steve on the show. I have a couple of things I would like to ask him. Which Steve did you want to? You said you had Steve on the show. Oh, Minty. Oh, okay. HBS. You're talking about Steve Minty. Yeah, I had him on the show last year. You talked about all his video stuff and everything. Yeah, he's always on. Yeah, how about it, Steve? He's always on. He's always on Facebook. He's still on there doing pictures. I think he sells insurance now. I'm pretty sure he sells insurance. But yeah, he's still on Facebook and stuff. You just gotta, you gotta, yeah. He lives. I believe he lives in Nebraska now. So yeah, get with him on Facebook. He's still on there. Yeah, he's still on there. So yeah, get with him and yeah, he can tell you what's going on. I'm not gonna, bring all personal on the show here and everything because that's not my business or whatever. But yeah, you can find him on Facebook. And then yeah, we had lovely Jade Lear. She came on my show when I first started. I had like four girls we were all hanging out one night and she jumped in the studio with us. So I love you, JD, if you're listening. I hope you're doing well. I see you on TikTok a lot. And anybody who's on TikTok, please be patient with me because I'm still learning. And the only person I watch on TikTok is Jade because I don't really know how to use it too much or whatever. And then one more thing, I have to give a shout out to Susan Ray, who gave me that beautiful award last year. You guys all, that friendship award, the Milstead Friendship Award last summer. And I want to thank you, Susan, for doing that. It really made my day. You all saw my award, I think, right? I think I showed it a couple times. It's beautiful. And I was so proud to get it. So it really, just getting that award really helped me, stay with the show, to do my show, and kind of inspired me to do the show. So that people are just, I have the greatest pair of peeps in the world. I do. I love y'all so much. And I appreciate everything that you do for me. And you're always here every Thursday, faithfully. Yes. So I'm going to read this because we're going to talk superpowers tonight. And I think superpowers and perseverance kind of go together, right? I think they do. Do you think in the chat perseverance and superpowers kind of go together? Because if you can't have, I think you can't have one without the other, right? Because if you don't pursue your superpowers, then what is the point of having superpowers, right? So that's why I, put my superpower cape on again tonight. And then you can all share your superheroes and superpower stories and all that stuff. But I'm going to read something real quick here, and then we're going to get into some of the cool stuff, the fun facts and stories and all that, because you guys and gals love all that. And I'm Paramount USA, and you're at Lindy's Treehouse. I'm here every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, come on up, jump in the chat. I've got some really cool. I got a whole box of not Victor Allen's coffee, okay, not the coffee, of goodies. If you can see the goodies, I'll show the goodies. Can you see the goodies? Yes. I got socks and koozies and stickers to give away. Yes, yes. Munchkin got her socks, and I know that Angela is waiting for hers to come in the mail. Their mail takes a lot longer for some reason to get from Michigan to Vegas. I don't know why, but it took like 7 days for Anthony to get, Mr. Vegas to get his socks. So I thought he'd never get them. And Scooby Doo, I just ordered a bunch of stamps from Amazon. So my stamp order comes in, then I will get your koozie out to you that I promised you last week for helping me. Okay. The 4th of July koozie and all that. So we're going to talk perseverance, and I'm just going to read something really quick. Those who succeed are not necessarily the most gifted. They are the ones who never give in. Inspiration is just the start. Perseverance is what brings things to fruition. See, here I go. Fruition. I never heard that word. Fruition. Like fruition, whatever the obstacle, whatever the opportunities, however long it takes, see things through. And Will Fly wants to know if Scuba's going to be doing a show tomorrow night. So Scooby-Doo has his show on Friday nights. So we really have at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we really have a good time during the week. Us doing all these live streams, and fruition. See, I Will Fly. He breaks the words down for me because, I have some of the things are just a little bit, a little bit hard. So we're going to play Did You Know? Did you know? Did you know? All right. Okay. So this is Munchkin's favorite animal. Every time I see this, octopus. That is Munchkin's favorite mammal. Is it a mammal? Is an octopus a mammal? I don't know. They said they're escape artists. So interesting, right? They said that they can solve puzzles and escape enclosures by squeezing through tiny gaps thanks to their super smart brains and no bones. Yeah, isn't that weird? Octopuses don't have bones. So you can say, you don't have one bone in your body. You tell the octopus if they're arguing. And they're going to say, you're dang right I don't. You know what I mean? If they could talk to each other. And Scuba says, yes, Will. Hopefully, not sure how long he'll be live tomorrow night. It says, thanks to their super smart brain. Well, at least they have brains, right? Octopus have brains. They just have no bones. Okay. So, goodness gracious. They have super smart brains and no bones. A study showed that they can even open jars to get food. What? Oh my gosh. Well, I haven't seen an octopus open a jar of food yet. That would be interesting, though. That would be interesting. I forgot to look up like what colors they are and stuff, but isn't that cool facts? I did not know that about the octopus. See, that's why we do the show. If everybody's just jumping on or just listening, lurking, and all that stuff. We always do fun facts and did you knows, and we share stories and we do some trivia and all that. And it's fun. That's what my show is all about. Just everybody hanging out. Like I said, climb up your favorite branch and find that favorite branch and climb up that branch and come and sit in Lindy's Treehouse tonight. I know it's tomorrow's the 4th of July, so we got a lot going on tonight. So we're going to talk food facts and all that stuff. Okay, number 2. Crows can use tools like the pros. Crows craft hooks from twigs to snag food. a skill once thought unique to humans. Recent researchers shows they can plan ahead, dropping nuts on the roads for cars to crack open. What the heck? Yeah, hit the like button. Yes, everybody. I'm Paramount USA. You're at Lindy's Treehouse. Make sure you subscribe and hit that like button and the notification so you don't miss the show on Thursday nights, right? Yeah. So, yeah, crows. I don't like I think the crows are mean. What about you? What about you guys in the chat? I haven't met a crow that I've never met a nice crow yet. They pick on the little birds. They're not very nice. They're like bullies. The crows are bullies. I heard them outside my window the other morning, and they were chasing the little birds away and all that. And yeah, so yeah, crows use. Can you imagine if humans did that? You take like walnuts and roll them in the street and watch the cars drive over them, and then you run out and get your walnuts off the road. Or yeah, it have to be walnuts, because anything else, any other peanuts that you try to throw in the street and get run over, you'd have to get. Let's see, Will Fly says octopuses don't have a spine, so it's probably not a mammal. Thank you, Will Fly. See, I love it when you guys add those little fun facts in the chat, because then I know you're listening. Because sometimes I wait for your responses in the chat, and I'm like, okay, are they hearing me? Google says it's an invertebrate. Thank you, Will Fly. Appreciate that. So what are crows? Are crows really birds? That is the question. And what kind of nuts do you think they eat? I don't think they eat walnuts. Acorns, maybe. They eat like stuff like, I've never seen a black crow eat nuts yet. Just saying. So black crows, they're not very nice. All right, here's another did you know? Okay, we're doing animal stuff. I'm having fun with this. Did you know that bees have a dance party? Did you know that? The bees? They are alien. Yes. Oh, the crows are aliens. Bill H says they are aliens. They probably are. They're mean. It seems like every year these black crows get bigger and bigger. But I know, like with the Navajo on the reservations and stuff, if I'm right, that the black crows, it's a very spiritual bird to the Navajo people. Yeah, they think that those crows are real sacred on their reservation, because the crows can, what do you call it? They can sense when storms are coming or whatnot. There's something spiritual or whatever, but that's what I read anyway. But anyway, on to number 3. Do you know bees have a dance party? Honeybees do a waggle dance to tell friends exactly where to find flowers, like a built-in map. I never got close enough to a bee to see it wiggle its butt. You know what I mean? To show where maybe it does a shimmy. Does it do a shimmy when it's going, when it's going by the flowers? Does it like shimmy to the flower? Like over here, no, over here. What do you think? You think? Probably. I don't know. I'm just picturing they be shimmying over to each flower and say, hey, come on over here. This is where the party's at. Get this flower. So it says that scientists use AI to decode these dances, showing bees are tiny navigation geniuses. But I don't plan on getting close to any bees anytime soon to see, how they dance around on the flowers. But did you know bees, remember that saying, bees don't, don't know that they can't fly. They, they don't know how to fly. They're not even supposed to fly because the bees don't have wings. So they don't even know they can fly. And next week maybe we'll talk about birds like hummingbirds and stuff. They're pretty fun. So so now we know about the bees. The bees do the shimmy dance. Over to the flower. Come over here. Over this way. My coffee kicked in. Sorry. I get excited. You know me. I get excited about things. About little things here and there. Wait, bees have wings? Are you sure? I don't know. I always thought that they didn't. See, we're doing a little study tonight. Will's going to look it up. Ask if bees have wings. I didn't think they did. That they didn't know, that there used to be a saying that they didn't know, but they still fly, even though they don't think they can. And Will said 99% sure. I don't know. Look it up, Will. See what it says. We'll see what we'll see. We will see if we believe you. Okay. So we'll see if we believe you. Will says I'm never 100% sure about anything, but we know that. They always had wings. Then what was the saying? I used to hear all the time that they don't have, but they can fly. They don't know they can fly. I have to think of that. I got to Google that saying. Yeah, what is it that doesn't have wings but they can fly? I don't know. Anyway, just a thought. You know me. My brain goes here, goes there, goes here, goes there. That's why you always come back every Thursday night so you can be entertained. Entertain with me. Yes, that's what we do. Okay, so we're going to move on. Because we're moving on because we have to, I'm using the because we have to go on to the next one. Did you know that parrots can video chat? Will Fox says, maybe you're thinking about elephants. I don't think they have wings. No, I know elephants don't have wings. No. Somebody in the chat, do your research. Tell me I don't know, what bird doesn't. Well, wait a minute. Do hummingbirds have wings? Yeah, they have wings, huh? See, we're going to have to talk about birds next week. We got to learn some more stuff about birds. The birds and the bees. Get it? We're going to learn about the birds and the bees next week. Oh my gosh. I'm so into myself tonight. The birds and the bees. Yep. We are going to talk about birds and bees. Yes. Next week. I think that would be fun. I cracked myself up. The coffee I drank at 4 or 5 o'clock takes a while for it to kick in. All right. So we're going to go on to the parrots. Parrots. Sometimes I feel like a parrot all day, walk around, I repeat to myself, Linda, did you really do that? Come on. What are you doing? Or, talking to Molly all day. Did you know parrots can video chat? Parrots trained to use tablets can make video calls to other parrots, choosing their friends with beak taps. And they chirp and play, showing off their social skills. Wow. How funny. Let's see. It says, do octopuses have beaks? Trick question. Do octopuses have beaks? What? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. They said that we did talk about the parrots, that the parrots like to video chat. So that's pretty cool. They do that. I haven't seen a parrot video chat yet, but I had parrots. Yeah. How many in the chat have had a parrot for a pet? I had a Gulfin cockatoo one time. Robert will remember my Gulfin cockatoo. I had a gray, the gray pair, African gray, and they're both of them are the Golden Cockatoo and the African gray. They're very smart, and they do talk. They do talk, and I had a couple birds that, would imitate. When I would yell at the kids when they were growing up, Robert and Ryan, when I yelled at them, they were growing up. And I would tell my kids, when I had my parrot, and I would yell at my kids, you don't do that. Don't do that. Within 2 days, here she is sitting in her cage. And I started yelling at the kids, and she said, you don't, and you don't. So from then on, it was all kinds of vocabulary. And it was, you making dinner, or, cooking dinner, and did you get it, and all that stuff. They're so fun. It was fun. They're very messy, though, but it was fun having them both around. Not at the same time, though. Oh, I think only at one time we were taking care of a friend's bird and parrot. So we had my parrot and somebody else's parrot, and it was quite crazy. Anyway, how many zoos? Talk about the zoo, okay? How many zoos do you think there are in the USA? What do you think? Throw some numbers at me, and I'll tell you. This is some more fun facts, because I Googled how many, and you guys can't Google. Don't cheat. Don't cheat. So how many zoos do you think there are in the USA? Put some numbers in there, and I'll tell you if you're right or not. Let's see who gets the closest. You got to. What do you think? How many zoos? 679. 679. Let's see. Let me see some numbers. Will, you're the closest. Will is the closest. There's actually 500. Yeah, there's 500. How did you guess that 522, Will? Did you Google? You cheated, didn't you? Googled it. You Googler. You're a Googler. You're only supposed to Google when I tell you to Google, Will Fly. 522 Washington, D.C., he says. Will, you only Google when I tell you to Google. Okay? Otherwise, you don't Google. All right. Those are the rules here. If I say Google, you Google. If I say don't Google, you don't Google. Okay? Okay. All right. Excuse me. Okay, we're going to go to number 5. Okay, we're going to go to number 5. Did you know dolphins give themselves names? No, Will Foss, no Google, just a guess. Okay, well, that was pretty good. That was really good. I mean, gosh. Yeah, you were really close because I said 500. But did you know, I love dolphins. Did you know dolphins give themselves names? Dolphins use unique whistles to identify themselves, like a name tag in the ocean. Studies show they recognize their own name and even call out to friends. So, hi, Scotty. Scotty's in the house. Welcome, Scotty. French fry. How you doing, bud? How's that foot? Yes, Flipper. Yes. We call them Flipper, Flipper. You think they always use the same dolphin in the Flipper? I don't think so. Somebody was saying that they always use different dolphins in the show Flipper. Yes. Flipper! That kid had to yell, huh? Can you imagine on Flipper when they had to, when they were trying to, what do you call it? To get on the show. And, they would, who could yell the loudest. Scotty says, hey, Bill and Will. We got Bill and Will in the house. Bill and Will. And we got Scooby-Doo. And we've got Miss Kramer Gypsy jumped in and said hello earlier. I love her. We got Will Fly in the house. I'm looking at my phone. I love it. I got my little phone stand. I can look at all my lovelies in the chat. Yes, all my great pair peeps. I can't say lovelies because, Remember Gilligan's Island? Lovey, remember? What was his name? The millionaire. Remember, wasn't that his wife's name was Lovey? Remember that, you guys? Just getting on. Scott said, good to see ya. Good to see you. Yeah, dolphins. Can you imagine if you guys were at a fly-in and you had whistles, different whistles for everybody to get their attention? You know, you like all your friends, your flying buddies, to get your attention, you know, to meet me at the tent. You know what I mean? You all have your own little whistles for your friends. Oh, wait, I think I hear Will be out there. Wait, I think I hear David Wolf whistling for me. I need to go. Yeah, Thurston Howell the third. Yes, yes. He was great, right? Lovey, lovey. Yes. Anyway, dolphins are pretty smart. Yeah, they got unique whistles. And so they know each other. That's how they recognize each other. That's pretty cool. Okay, number 6, because we were talking about elephants, right? We were talking about elephants earlier. Did you know elephants never forget a face? Elephants can remember other elephants and even humans they met years ago, thanks to their super smart brains. So elephants are pretty smart then, right? Dang. Yeah. Well, we know elephants like to eat peanuts, right? They love peanuts. But yeah, they can remember other elephants and even humans. That is so cool. They look like they're very gentle animals, even though they're big beasts, but they look like they're, you know, they're very gentle. So I hope you enjoyed. Did you know? Did you know? So I guess I'm reading like Del Monte is going to be no longer, you know, the company Del Monte. Is that true? That they're selling out or something? The Del Monte company's going away. I grew up with Del Monte canned vegetables, the Del Monte canned vegetables and stuff. So I don't know. I read something about that Del Monte was going away. Scott said, I think an argument or two may have been started by that. An elephant never forgets. Yes, yes. Scott says 8:44 p.m. Okay. Thanks for letting me know that. You are precisely right. That is the time. Yes. So we're going to go to news to me. I don't know if I had any other extra notes. Let me see, because sometimes I write things everywhere and then I forget to tell people. But I think I got them all. Okay, so we're going to do news to me. All right, y'all ready? Will Floss is in bankruptcy, but not going away. How sad. What does that mean? Well, what canned vegetables are people buying? Are they going to frozen foods? I know a lot of people are starting to have their own garden and everything, but I mean, I grew up with Bird's Eye frozen vegetables. I grew up with Bird's Eye. What do you all grow up with? What veggies? What brand veggies did you guys grow up with? What canned, or did you grow up canned veggies? Some people were Del Monte, some were Libby's. Libby. Remember that? Remember Libby on the label? Do you remember that commercial, y'all? Remember that? I remember that. All of them, Bill H. said. Yes. Remember Libby on the label at your table? Do you guys remember that commercial? All the good commercials are gone. Now all the commercials you see on TV are all this technology stuff they're trying to stick in your brain, and there's no fun stuff in it, or drugs, you know, the medicines and all, trying to get prescriptions in you and all that. You know, there's no fun commercials anymore. But yeah, it's pretty crazy, right? We grew up with some really fun commercials. Green Giant, that's right. Yeah, Green Giant. That's right. I did that right, Scotty? Yeah. Bird's Eye in the frozen boxes. Yes, Will Fly. Now they're in bags, in frozen bags. Yes, and they cost twice as much. And Will Fly says, ho, ho, ho. Oh, yeah, that's what he said. Hey, there was some snacks, right? Do they still sell those ho-ho snacks? Just ho-ho, not 3 ho-hos. Not ho-ho, just a ho-ho, right? Yeah. The chocolate with the white cream inside, ho-hos. Remember the ho-ho snacks? I think Robert grew up with ho-hos. He loved those things. He loved ho-hos. Y'all remember? Going into snacks too. Now we're talking about food, but you know how the show goes. We kind of talk all the stuff because I want to get to superpowers, and we're doing really good tonight. I'm super excited about tonight. Yeah. So anyway, we already did the elephants. Okay. So we're going to do news to me. No ho ho. It's ho 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 green giant. Yeah, but the ding dongs. See, Scott said ho ho ding dongs. That's right. Those were good. I love those too, but I always had to have them refrigerated. I would always put them in the fridge. They taste the best when they're refrigerated. Now I'm hungry for one of those. They probably don't taste the same anymore. So just like Hostess, the Hostess snacks don't taste good anymore. So I started buying Little Debbie's, some of her Little Debbie snacks. You know, Little Debbie. Yeah. The Hostess. Yeah. I used to take my kids to the Hostess. It was a Hostess discount store. Remember, you had Hostess bread. And the zingers were nasty, and the snowballs. Yeah, those were yuck. Okay, so we're going to move on to news to me. The Toronto lifeguards take a break from the heat. They reportedly refused to work because it was too hot. Imagine the irony, lifeguards needing a break from the sun. Can you imagine? Oh, aren't those, Will Fly says, aren't those like Twinkies? Oh, the Twinkies are gross now. I never was big on the Twinkies. I don't know. They're okay. They don't taste the same anymore. So I went to Little Debbie's. But yeah, the lifeguards, they didn't want to work because they said it was too hot. I'm like, okay. Be like, I ain't going out in the sun. Let that person drown. Who cares, right? So yeah, that's one of the things I was reading. And then they said a kitten stole the spotlight in Turkey. A Turkish news broadcast was they were doing in Turkey. They were doing a broadcast, and the kitty had her baby. Was having her babies right in the in the studio there. So the baby had a bunch of kittens. When the camera panned over to litter of kittens born in the newsroom. So how can you imagine doing a live news show, and then all of a sudden you look over and the kitty cat that probably lived in the studio was having her babies, hearing all the meows, kind of cute story. I don't know. Anyway. So, okay, so then we're another one here. Airport tantrum goes viral. In Milan airport, a woman threw a full-on toddler-style tantrum after being told her carry-on was too heavy. She rolled on the floor, stomped her feet, and yelled. Maybe she forgot to take her meds or something. Yeah. Can you imagine? Did you guys hear about that? Yeah, she was pretty mad. People are getting crazy. They get on the airplanes. They get crazy. Scott says zingers. They're cream filled, but that's as close as it gets. Yeah. So those are your news things or whatever. So now we're going to get into superpowers. Yeah, we're going to talk superpowers, everybody. All right. Okay. So I got my notes here. Superpowers. All right. It says, I've looked something up. I said flight or invisibility. So superpowers, when you guys fly, do your paramotoring, do you feel like you have superpowers when you get up in the air, flying those fancy-wancy paramotor machines? I think you have hidden superpowers. I couldn't do it. I mean, I go out one of my tandem, but as far as getting up in the air and learning to fly like that, I would not trust myself at all. But so they talk flight or invisibility. Flights are awesome for getting around, feeling like a bird, right? flighty. So we're doing the words. You guys can tell me the difference between the word flight or invisibility. What do you think they both mean? And you guys can Google it if you want. You have my permission. But we're going to talk flights and invisibility. So invisibility, perfect for sneaking into places or just dodging awkward conversations, right? I'm just going to be invisible right now. You go do your thing. You know how when you be at work, you do that. For speaking into places or just dodging awkward conversations. Both have their perks and downsides. Flights, flashy, but you might freeze up high, and invisibility, sneaky, but you need to be careful not to creep people out. So this is kind of interesting, right? Having to do with superpowers. So I look at it like you don't want to abuse your superpowers, right? So give me some ideas. Bill says it's magical and spiritual, but not superpowers. Okay. So tell me what your superpowers are in the chat. Like I said, everybody's got some kind of superpower, but you don't want to abuse it. Abuse your superpower. So that's why I look at the flight. So we're talking flying, right? You're flying like a bird, but flighty, so superpowers. Some people are kind of flighty with their superpowers. Does that make sense? I'm just trying to, dissect these words or whatever, what superpowers actually mean. Yes. So it's kind of interesting. Yeah. What is my superpower? Gosh, my superpower is just every day just waking up. That's a superpower right there, right? Yeah. My superpower is just getting out, and I feel like I have superpowers when I go on my 5-mile walks or 3 to 5 mile walks every day. But I try not to overextend myself as far as that goes, right? So what, tell me what your favorite superheroes were on, that you grew up with. Go ahead and put it in the chat, what you think your superhero was. And I'm going to start talking here, and you got to listen for a word. And like I said, at the end of this live stream, then you have to guess the word of the night. Okay. All right. So yeah, we haven't even talked. Gosh, we haven't talked fireworks yet either. So I'm getting to that too, the fireworks and sparklers and all that stuff. So we're going to get to that too. I still got my page here with different stuff here. So let me see. Superman, hands down. Yeah, I guess I used to watch Superman with my brothers. Bill H says Silver Surfer. Ooh, Silver Surfer. That sounds like Silver Surfer. It sounds like a club for 55 or older that goes surfing. The Silver Surfer, the Silver Surfers, the Silver Surfer Club. That's what it sounds like. Yeah, I meet the man of my dreams in California. I go hang out at the Silver Surfer Club. That's funny. Yeah, the 55 or older club, Silver Surfers. That is funny, Bill. It is funny. Yeah. Can you imagine? You have to be 55 or older, belong to my Silver Surfers Club. So, let's see. Give me some more names here. What your favorite superhero was? Okay, because and then we're going to do some little fun facts about the 4th of July. Because I wrote some things down here too. Hope I didn't. Let's see. Yeah, I got notes on the 4th of July too. So, I just, yeah, I don't know, superheroes. Let's see, what else we got? We got Batman, right? Batman. What year did Batman come out? The original Batman. What year did Batman come out? You remember? Y'all know? I'm using some trivia here. What was Batman was always fighting? What year did Batman come out? I'll give you a clue. Batman came out before I was born. You believe that? Yeah. Yeah. 1950s. In the 1950s, Batman came out. And he used to battle aliens and always finding lost keys, whatever that means. Do you guys remember Batman growing up? Batman. I liked Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman came out 1950s, and then it came back again. From 1941 and 1950 it came out or whatever. My brothers always had comic books. That was big. I think they were like 10 cents at the store, comic books. Yeah. You remember the company? What's the company? She had pretty cool invisible jet. Oh, Wonder Woman did? Yeah. Yeah. She's my favorite. And so what was the name of the comic book company came out in 1939? You know what the name of the company, what the name of it was that did the comic books? Well, no, I should say, what was the name of the superhero that came out in 1939? Remember who it was? Good answer. Will Fly. Ding, ding, ding. Captain Marvel, 1939. By Fawcett Comics. Yes. He was massive in the 1940s, but faded in the 1950s. It was due to a lawsuit claiming that Captain Marvel was copying Superman. Interesting facts, right? Very interesting. I did not know that. There's a lot of stuff going on then, huh? Yeah, so his brief Captain Marvel didn't hang around for too long. They said, buddy, you can't imitate Superman, because they said there's only one Superman. So Marvel, hit the road. Don't come back, Jack. It said, so his brief 1950 presence ended with the Fawcett Company seizing superhero comics by 1953, known for quick outfit changes. So Captain Marvel was known for quick outfit changes. Oh my goodness. Who would have guessed, right? That's pretty good stuff for learning tonight, right? Yeah, I think it's fun. Yeah, next week we'll talk birds and the bees. I think that'll be fun. And people are just jumping on. Oh, I wonder where this is going to go. Lindy's Treehouse. She's going to talk about birds and bees next week. I got to see this one. See how I am? I got to instigate things and say, yeah, we're going to talk about the birds and the bees next week, right, chat? Yeah. So bring your notebooks, bring your notepads and your pencil. We're going to write down notes next week about the birds and the bees, okay? All right. That's so funny. Okay, so we got Spider-Man. Spider-Man, 1962, known for his quick climbing. Well, yeah, duh. Who doesn't like Spider-Man? Dang. Okay, you guys tell me how many movies have come out since then, since the original Spider-Man? Did they just make another movie of it, or was there another movie? Like, you know how they do Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2. Spider Pig. Scott, are you on those meds again? What are you talking about? Scotty. Spider Pig. So Spider-Man, 1962, known for his quick climbing. All right, here's some more trivia. Who was Batman's sidekick? And how old was he when he played on the show? So who was who was Spider-Man's? I mean, not Spider. Who was who was Batman's sidekick? What was his name? Homer? No. Homer, that makes me think of my work when at Homer Depot. His name was Homer Depot. Robin Hood. No. You got, what was Batman's sidekick? You can't Google it. I want you guys to guess. Not Robin Hood. Robin Hood. No. No. And I'm going to ask you who played him. Come on, Bill H. You know this one. What was it? Do I need to tell you all? Because you're not guessing. Scooby, did you guess? Scott said Quail. Batman. Who played Batman's sidekick? It wasn't a Quail. All right, you guys. Do you know who it was? You know who it was? I call it Batman's sidekick. Okay, Batman's sidekick. Boy Wonder. Boy Wonder. He was 20 years old when he played on Batman. Boy Wonder. And his name was Burt Ward. Burt Ward. I know, suspense is killing you. I know. Yeah. So it was Boy Wonder was Batman's sidekick. All right. So, and how many of y'all ate, whose name was that? Burt Ward played Boy Wonder on Batman. He was Batman's, the Boy Wonder. Holy Batman, look at that. Remember when you read the comic books, he always said, holy Batman, did you see that? Holy skyscrapers. You guys remember that? I must be old then. Yes. Whose name was that? Suspense is killing me. Okay, so we got that, right? All right. What does SPAM stand for? Spam. I've never ate it and I never will. What is the food? Spam. What's it stand for? Can you put it in the chat? What's it stand for? And then we're going to talk fireworks in a few minutes here. Yes. Then we'll do our trivia. I still got trivia. So, what did I say? Yeah, what does SPAM stand for? Put it in the chat. What do you think it is? Something to do with space. Spam? Spam? Spam. You eat spam. You eat spam, the canned spam with pork and meat. Yes. Let's see. It stands for, it's kind of yuck. Oh, excuse me, I burped. Stands for Specialized Processed American Meat. That's what SPAM stands for. Specialized Processed American Meat. I didn't know that. I did not know that. So, we all possess the truest superpowers are the ones we all possess. Willpower, I'm repeating myself, are the ones we possess are willpower, integrity, and most importantly, courage. All right. So we're going to talk food. We're talking some food. So what is the most overhyped food you are pretty sure people only pretend to like just to seem fancy on adventures? What do you think? What do you think what do you think is the most overhyped food? And I already know that's an overhyped food. What you think it is? That people fruitcake. Oh, that's a good answer. Yeah, that they pretend they eat it just to sound fancy. I like that. Yeah, fruitcake. Yeah, yeah. Will Fly said, I like Scott's answer. Slime posing as meat. Scuba says spam, some pork, and meat. Something to do with space. I like these answers. You guys are doing great. Expensive seafood barf, Scott said. Caviar. Yeah, yeah. I said sushi. Sushi's, ugh. I won't eat it. Just the idea that, oh, who likes sushi in the chat? You like sushi? Can eat that. Robert loves it. My son loves sushi. Robert, if you're listening, I just got a shout out to my chatters too. I got all my cool chatters tonight. I appreciate every one of you. I do. I do. Maybe Greg Lane will be jumping on soon. I don't know. But I'm Paramount USA, and you're at Lindy's Treehouse. And I am here every Monday, every Thursday night. And I'm sounding like Will. Will, I'm sounding like you. Can't get my days right. Every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, yes, you find me right here. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification so you don't miss a thing. Because we always give away goodies. We always give away socks or koozies or stickers. So it's your choice. But you can't win if you don't play. Okay, so everybody knows that already. So yeah, mine is sushi. I said sushi, and Will Fly said caviar. So that's about right. Caviar is good. What's caviar? Reminds me of remember the movie Big? And Tom Hanks. That was my favorite part of the movie. Tom Hanks, and he thought it was candy or something. He went to eat it, the caviar, and he had all on his tongue. And he's like, standing there with his girlfriend or whatever, with his tongue out with all the caviar on his tongue, like, And then he takes a napkin and just spits it in a napkin. Too funny. That's the cutest movie ever. I love that. I love that movie. Big, yes. So now, because it's the 4th of July tomorrow, and y'all got to tell me what you're barbecuing tomorrow. Put in the chat. What's everybody doing for 4th of July tomorrow? What's your plans? I don't even know what my plans are. I have no idea. No telling. Yeah, I miss, I love my little place and everything, but I miss having a yard, and I miss having somebody barbecue for me. So now I can have the yard and everything, and I just go to my son's house for the day. And he's the best. He's got a smoker out there, so he cooks some nice, delicious chicken. We love chicken. Yes, have fun. Will Fly said big, beautiful spare ribs. All right. Are you gonna smoke them, Will Fly? The spare ribs? That sounds yummy. That sounds really yummy. Spare ribs. Yum. Are they beef ribs? I love beef ribs. Or are they pork ribs? My dad loved to barbecue. We'd have barbecue chicken. But he'd always burn the chicken. I love you, Daddy-O, in heaven. I love you, Daddy-O. Yeah. He would burn the chicken. Will Fly said, oh, in the Instapot? Okay. You know what? I had one, and when I was in Arizona, when I got ready to move, I was afraid to use it, and I sold it. And when I got here, my son is like, Mom, what'd you sell the Instapot for? I would have showed you how to use it. So yeah, I was afraid to use it. But what are y'all cooking tomorrow? What's everybody? Bill, did you put in there what you're cooking? I'm seeing, because we're talking 4th of July now. My favorite part of the fourth, and then you can tell me, put in the chat what you're cooking tomorrow, what you're doing, what your plans are, and then we'll talk about. I used to love the those sparklers. I love the little sparklers. When I was growing up, we always had the little sparklers. I'm not big on fireworks. I'm not big on fireworks. Scotty says I'm not celebrating this year. I'm sorry, Scotty. I love you, man. Dang it. Well, I know I'm not going to see fireworks tonight. And not the fireworks that you think, okay? No, I don't need that nonsense in my life. I don't need those kind of fireworks. No. But I know, yeah, it's getting dark, and I know the fireworks are going to start, and then Molly will go underneath the coffee table. Oh, you're not celebrating either, Bill H? Okay, all right. Well, that's okay. I don't know what's going on tomorrow with. I don't know if I'm going to my son's tomorrow or what. I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. So, do you know that Americans spend over $1 billion on fireworks annually, with about 90% imported from China? The biggest display is Macy's, 75,000 shells. That's crazy. Bill H says, just trying to survive. Oh, Bill, you sound sad. Just trying to survive? Was it that bad, you guys? You made me cry. Just trying to survive? Oh my gosh. I gotta get my prayer list going here. I gotta help you guys here. Good Lord. Oh my goodness. I'm just trying to survive. It's okay, Bill. Feel the hug, okay? Feel the hug. Scotty, feel the hug. I love you guys. Yeah, I don't know. I might just be hanging out here tomorrow, and then maybe go this weekend. Maybe I'll go to my son's this weekend. He'll barbecue this weekend. I don't know what. He has a lot of disc tournaments, so he might be doing disking tomorrow too. So, who knows? But yeah. So Americans spend over $1 billion on fireworks. It's crazy. Macy's is a big store. I used to love Macy's. Remember that used to be like a high-end store, Macy's, didn't it? Scott's is just not in the mood this year. I understand, Scott. I totally understand. Bill H, you can go flying though, right? That'll make you happy because you like to fly, Bill H. There, you could fly and do that. I know I bought I didn't have a 4th of July thing to hang on my door. So I ordered one off of Amazon today. I'll show you all next week. It's really cute. So I ordered one just to hang on my door here. Just the little things that make you happy. You know what I mean? I know I'm upstairs. So it's not like it's hanging outside. People see it. The only person that would see it is the neighbor downstairs and the neighbor next door to me when it's hanging on my door. But it's just little things, little fun things to make me happy, because I went through my boxes and I couldn't find my 4th of July wreaths I used to hang on the door when I was in Arizona and stuff. They're probably packed away. So I was kind of bummed out about that. And yeah. So, and then my morning, I get up in the morning, I'm almost out of creamer. I'm almost out of my favorite cereal. It was pretty traumatic. This morning. And I'm like, what am I going to do? So, because I didn't want my 4th of July to be ruined if I couldn't get up in the morning and eat my bowl of Cheerios. So what do? I get online, I order few groceries from Meijer, from my grocery store, and they deliver it. So, yeah, so now I'm not stressing because I'm running out of creamer. And what else did I get? I got, lunch meat too. So I got lunch meat today too. So I didn't go too crazy, but yeah, it's those little things, that we worry about. It's so silly. It's things that we sometimes you take for granted, right? That creamer in the coffee. Where's my coffee drinkers in the chat? You gotta show me what creamer do you guys put in your coffee? Do you like your coffee black, or do you put creamer in it? Or do you put just milk in it? Like my parents used to put some coffee mate. They use coffee mate. I love my creamers. I like the Italian creamer. French vanilla is good. Yep, I like French vanilla. I actually ordered Victor Allen's coffee, the Keurig coffee cups from. Oh, you're boring, Will. Black coffee? Ugh. No way. I gotta have creamer in it. I have to have creamer. And I love the French vanilla coffee too. And I get it off Amazon. The big like 40, you get 42 in a box. That's the way to go. Because I was going like every other week buying, 12, the little 12 box, of paying like $6 now for a box of coffee, a little box of coffee. So Will said, Scuba said, Will has to feed his black wiener or something. Bill H says, strong, old, and bold. Scuba says, black wiener. Yes, he has to get black wiener. Will Fly said, you're going to hurt Bill's feelings. Scott says, no, I prefer a mango smoothie with Monster in it. Oh, I can't do those energy drinks. Nah, I never did. I never had energy drinks because I probably have a freaking heart attack. I had a friend at work that did that one time, drank an energy drink. We almost had to take him to the hospital. He broke out in a sweat. It was bad. And I've heard some of the kids, teenagers that drink those, they're dangerous. You got to be careful with those, with Red Bulls and all that. Because, yeah, some of these kids end up on the hospital. Some of them even died from it, So got to be really careful. So now we're going to talk about hot dogs. Hot Dog Heaven contest is held every 4th of July in Coney Island. It started in 1916. In 2024, a dude named Joey Chestnut set a record by eating 76 hot dogs and buns in 10 minutes. Oh, barf. I used to drink 300 milligrams caffeine drinks in about 45 minutes before work. Oh, good Lord, Scotty. Those are bad for you. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. You don't want to, you don't want to. I'm looking at my laptop and I'm looking at my phone, trying to catch all the comments and everything. So I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't eat hot dogs either. I think they're gross. When I was pregnant with Robert, I ate hot dog and I got really sick and I never touched it again. Yeah, I never touched the hot dogs again. Even the all beef, the fancy ones from the store. Nope. I will not eat. I can't even stand the smell. I think they're gross. And this dude here ate 76 hot dogs. Oh, pukey, right? Oh my gosh. Yeah, back to fireworks. Are you guys gonna? Oh yeah, you said you weren't in the mood to watch fireworks or whatever. But I know Scuba said they're going tomorrow to a party, so that's cool. So you enjoy. Go watch the fireworks. I know I'm gonna start hearing there's gonna be fireworks going on pretty soon here because it's almost dark. I remember going to Metropolitan Beach with my first boyfriend, my first boyfriend. He had a motorcycle, and he had a 350 Honda motorcycle, and we'd go on his motorcycle and go to the lake and watch the fireworks, and all the fish flies would be stuck all over our faces and stuff, our helmets. Scuba has a new fancy suit he'll be sporting. Ooh, nice, Scuba do. All right, last but not least, the Statue of Liberty was a gift from France in 1886, became a 4th of July symbol. How cool is that, right? I didn't know that. I did not know that. Yes. Yeah, who used to play with sparklers when they were little? Did you guys get sparklers? Little pack of sparklers? What were those other things that kids used to play with? Snaps? Were they snaps? You had like this little gun. What did they call it? And they came in a roll, and you could almost take like a hammer and hit them, and they would make that noise, that snap noise. What were those called? What were those called? Snap and pops? Is that what they're called? Yeah. Remember that? They came in a roll. They were red. Caps. Yeah, yeah. They came in a, yeah, and they had that. And when you'd hit that or whatever, they smelled funny, right? I think they smelled like that smoke smell, whatever. It's kind of had a weird smell. I remember that. Yeah, the caps, pop caps. Yes, yes. Yeah, I liked the well, my I don't know. I don't like people when they throw fireworks in the street, kind of thing. Gets pretty loud. They're pretty loud. Some of the fireworks, and I'm not talking about the fireworks. Look at smoke bombs too. A lot of them throw those smoke bombs in the street. They call them smoke bombs or whatever. But I just hope everybody stays safe. I just like my little sparklers, and we always had to be careful that we didn't burn our fingers. We stand in the street. Will Fly says, I remember the Snap and Pops. They came in a box, in a bag, in some gnarly brown stuff. Yeah. Yep. I remember that. Yeah. And the sparklers came in a little box, and then whoever was outside would light them for us or whatever. And you'd stand there with the little sparklers, and you always would be like, "Don't burn your fingers! Don't burn your fingers! Watch your fingers!" I used to enjoy that. That was a fun part of the night or whatever. But I haven't really watched any. I haven't watched any fireworks. Like, I can't even remember. And yeah, I haven't watched fireworks like forever. It seems like. Well, I did when I lived in Arizona. I did. I'd actually sit out in my pickup on the tailgate. I'd sit out in the tailgate and watch the fireworks. Yeah, sometimes you could. I remember climbing on the roof one time. Well, actually, the kids were growing up, we had a barn, and that's right. Now I remember. We had a little farm, and Robert would remember this. And we had a little farm, and we had this cool barn that my father-in-law at the time he built, and we would climb up. We would climb up in the barn sometimes, and they would do the fireworks from the church, from the mountain preserve, which was like in our backyard. And sometimes we'd take lawn chairs, whatever, and sit in the yard and watch the fireworks from the church. The church would put it on. It was pretty cool. Yeah, they have that Scott says caps. The sulfur smell brings back memories. Yeah, it does, huh? Yeah, some of those little guns we had, you could play with or whatever. We were so innocent, right? But yeah, I remember the fireworks from the mountain preserve. We'd sit in our backyard and watch the fireworks. And I'm surprised. I had a couple horses, and it didn't faze them in the least. Maybe a couple times they would jump around, but nothing, they wouldn't get hurt or anything. But I know that the fireworks can be really scary for the animals and all that stuff. So, but yeah, I should have picked up some sparklers, and I just could have stood in the parking lot. How sad, right? I could have went out in the parking lot with my little lighter and played with the sparklers, right? But but that was fun growing up. That was really fun growing up. So yeah, I know you want to enjoy the rest of your evening. It's almost 9:30. So you guys are gonna have to guess the word of the night so that somebody can go home. You're leaving, Bill? You're leaving so soon? All right, let's guess the word of the night, okay? So somebody can go home with get a koozie. Bye, Bill. Anybody? What's the word of the night? Let's see who guesses it. And get a koozie, get your choice of a koozie or some socks. Let's see. Scott on medical leave until September. Wow. Hope to go back sooner. Scott Savage says Robin. Nope, it's not Robin. Yeah, that is a long time. Yeah, that's a lot of healing. He's got a lot of healing to do. Goodness gracious. So what do you think? What do y'all think? What's the word? What word do you think is the word of the night? Hi, Greg Laney. What's up? Have you been listening all this time, Greg Laney? Have you been listening? Greg Laney in the house? Greg Laney, did you see my... You were here last week, right? You saw Lindy's Treehouse? You saw my intro, Greg? You see my intro? Greg Laney says, hey, Will, Scott, and Scuba. Scott, all depends on how I heal. I can get earlier return date. Well, I hope you heal up so you can at least, get out of the house. Greg Laney said, I did see the intro. It was nice. Yeah, Greg Laney was one of my guests last year. So we were celebrating my show, my 1-year anniversary of doing my live stream. I couldn't do it without y'all. Greg Laney says, I was providing ground support for my buddy that was flying. Oh, that's nice, Greg. That's really nice. Good for you. Yeah, I don't think you want to be flying around those fireworks. There's supposed to be a fireworks show tonight, but yeah, I won't be watching it. Scott says it's paid leave until the middle of August. So yeah, if y'all listening, Scott had surgery on his foot. So on his ankle, on your ankle. And so he's going to be out for a while. Yes. So did y'all, if y'all were listening, did you guess the word of the night yet? Anybody guess it yet? The word of the night? Let's see what you put in there, and I'll tell you if you're right. And then if you win, you get your choice of my lovely, of my cool koozies and socks and all that. Will Fly says, you got this, Scotty. Yes, you do, Scotty. Bone grafts. Let's see, wait, okay. Bone grafts and titanium cage and 6-inch rod in my tibia bone. Ouch. Greg Laney says, heal up, Scott. I had surgeries last year and it was a chore. My ambition to get back into the sky has been a motivator. Will Fly says, yep. Says perseverance. That's right. We learned, we talked about, right? Superpowers and perseverance tonight. Yes, we did. But what is the secret word? I only got a 5-inch rod, my lady. Looks like your rod is longer than mine. Woo! That's an oucher. I love I like my phone stand here, so I can look at it and I can read what's on there, or whatever. Greg Laney is see they put those little crowns next to your names now. So Will's got a 2 and Greg Laney's got a 3 and Bill H was first, so Bill H has 1. So when you do all the commenting, did we ever figure out what the crowns mean? No. I was going to look that up last night. Yeah, YouTube keeps changing stuff. And they're even going to have, some of them, they have it, when you get in the chat or whatever, and it'll show like Paramount. Now they're changing it where your YouTube handle is going to be in there instead of your name. I was on one chat, somebody's podcast, and just my handle, my YouTube handle came up, not my name. So you all know what the YouTube handle is. You got to have that to get YouTube. Greg Laney says octopus. Scott Savage, just 2 more years until the sequel comes out. I'll see it in theaters. Me too. Who knows? Can you guess what the word is? I'm just feeling like, I don't know. Some days I get up in the morning and I feel all sparkly. Yes. Some days I can get up in the morning and just feel all happy, sparkly. So what's the word of the night? Who's going to get it first? Who is going to get it first? Lindy, we are talking about the movie Spaceballs. I know I'm trying to, Greg Laney says sparkler. Yes, that is the word of the night. Sparkler. Greg Laney won. At Greg Laney says fireworks. Greg Laney said sparklers. That's what is it? Sparklers. That's the word of the night. No, sir, I didn't see you playing with your dolls. Oh my goodness. Greg Laney. So Greg Laney, you won. You won tonight. You guessed the word of the night. Yes, you did. So what would you like? Would you like a 4th of July koozie, Greg Laney? If you're paying attention. We've got this one, if you can see it. And we got the white one. Greg Laney, you can have that one. We got God Bless America. We've got Happy USA. Or we got Happy Independence with the, if you're into gnomes. Which one would you like, Greg Laney? Because I know you've got, Greg Laney already has the American flag one. So which one do you want, Greg? I said across her nose, not up it. What? Greg Laney, which one you want? Will Fly really won, but I have no shame. The red one looks pretty neat. So you want this one with the map on it? You want that one? Or you want this one? This one's got the gnomes on it. So these are the 2 red ones. Or do you want a pair of socks, Greg? So we got this one, or we got this one. The flag's on the truck. Okay, cool. Congratulations. Congratulations. Greg guessed the word of the night. I didn't see Will. You didn't guess it, did you, Will? I thought Greg Laney, he did guess it. All right. So Scooby-Doo, and Scooby-Doo's going to get his out. I'll get these out to you next week. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much. And that's about it. I really enjoyed having all of you on the show tonight. Yeah, I'm waiting for stamps. I got to get stamps. So unless I can get to Walmart this weekend, but I'm waiting for my stamps from Amazon, and they said they won't be here till like the 10th, which is really crazy. But yeah, hopefully I'll get to Walmart this weekend. I can pick up a book of stamps. Scott says raspberry. He gave me the answer, but I like that koozie. I'm heading to Maine late next week, so no rush. Okay. And Molly is making her appearance, so I have to get her to get down off the table. So anyway, I'm going to play my little intro and say good night to everybody. And y'all have a great 4th of July. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody. Y'all be safe so I can see y'all back here next week. I'm Paramount USA. You're at Lindy's Treehouse. I'm here every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we always have a really good time. Greg says only one man would dare give me the Raspberry Lone Star. Oh, what's a Raspberry Lone Star? I know I'm not paying attention to the chat because I'm talking about all this other stuff. Um, yeah, so Tuesday night we have Shaney's show, right? Shaney's show, Tuesday night hangout, no filter, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Thursday night, we got Lindy's Treehouse. Greg Lane says, have a great holiday weekend. Happy 4th to my U.S. friends. Happy downsizing day to my pals in the UK. Yes, yes. Thank you for talking about superpowers tonight. We had a really good time. I really appreciate all of you. I really do. And yeah, I'm going to play my intro once again. And I want y'all to be safe out there. Okay, I so appreciate every one of you. You mean the world to me. And don't forget, yeah, next Thursday we have Ready to Fly. And ready to fly, ready to what is it? What is Dave Wolf's show? Ready to paramotor? Is that what it is? Help me out here. Anyway, he's on every other Thursday night at 9 o'clock. So, and then we got Scuba show tomorrow night. Scuba Vapes, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So Scuba, if I'm in the house, I'll try to tune in, Greg Laney said. All right, y'all. You have a great holiday. Like I said, I love you bunches. Say your prayers. Jesus loves you. I'm so thankful for every one of you. Scooby-Doo, thank you so much for all your help. Yeah, getting this started, getting my intro, helped me get my intro started. And Will Fly, someone that made the video for me, the intro video, which was really sweet. I really appreciate it. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's my favorite. So anyway, if I don't see you on the air, I'll see you in the air. So please, everybody be safe because the world is cray. All right. So Scott says, comb the desert. Yes. And Bill H, make sure, chin up, Bill H, chin up. That's what my mom used to say, chin up, Smile, Bill H. It's not that bad. It really is not that bad. We love you bunches. We're here for you. All that good stuff. So I'm going to say goodbye. Good night. I'm going to go right over and play my little intro. And y'all can listen if you want. And then, we'll call it a night. All right. So thank you so much. Honestly, I give away such cool koozies every week. And I guess I'm on the koozie kick. So it's pretty fun because I love, yes, Bill H is the man. Yes, he is. I love to see everybody happy. I love to make people smile. And that's what it's about, right? And you guys make me happy, and I love giving stuff away. And Greg Lanus, I think a few of us have seen Spaceballs once or twice, but it was a true classic. I never did. I never saw Spaceballs before. I never watched it. Maybe my brothers did, whatever. But yeah, I never really got into that. So, all right, I'm going to go and play the intro for y'all, okay? Thank you so much, because I need to practice. So thank you so much, and make sure you join us next week, all right? Hit that like button, subscribe, and also hit the notification so you don't miss a show on Thursday nights with me and Miss Molly. All right, Scott, take it easy, bud, okay? You can message me anytime you want. You guys, all of you, I'm here. If you need to vent, I'm here. Yep, just say, I got to talk to Paramount. I'm going to the Treehouse tonight. I can't take it anymore. And then you just climb up the Treehouse and sit around the campfire and talk shit. Yeah. That's what I like. We just talk shit. So, all right, I'm leaving now. I promise. I love y'all. I will see you next Thursday. All right. Ready to Paramotor this next Thursday after my show at 9 p.m. So make sure you check that out with David Wolf and all his buddies. Yes. And Greg and Gorilla and Tony, right? And Angela and Tony, I think they have friends, family and friends probably. They're celebrating in their new house tonight and all that. So I'm sure they have fireworks going on over there. So I missed you guys tonight. Enjoy, enjoy, okay? All right, here we go. We're going to play it.
Under the stars where the whispers play. At Lindy's treehouse we light up the good grade. Trivia to fly in, we're taking the flight. Late night chatter till the morning light. Lindy's treehouse where the stories grow. Laughter's the rule, that's all you need to know. Food and life and a trivia spree. Every night a new adventure in the tree.
Go back. Hey, look at that. Takes me right back. All right. So we're going to do this and then go back to the comments. All right. We're back. Did my volume go away? I don't know. I can't hear me now. Can you guys hear me? That's so weird. I don't know. Okay. Can you guys hear me? I can't hear me. All right, I'm going to say goodnight. Love y'all. Bye, everybody. Gonna end the stream. Bye. Now I see me. Bye. Bye-bye. There you go. Night. How do they do that?